Hello everyone and welcome to Galaxy 89 Cars. Today, thanks to the team at Uber GT, I'm bringing you an in-depth tour of the very limited 30 Jahre edition BMW M3. Built to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the BMW M3, as its German name suggests, the 30 Jahre is a very high specified M3. It comes in frozen silver metallic paint and is limited to just 500 models worldwide, with only 30 in the UK, and comes with both aesthetic and performance upgrades on the standard M3. As there's no underbonnet catch to open the bonnet is opened by two pulls of the bonnet release lever and can then be lifted up and supported on its pistons. With its carbon strut included to improve rigidity, the engine bay is quite a sight. This model gets the BMW competition pack, so its 3-litre turbocharged straight 6 is uprated from 425 brake horsepower to 444 brake horsepower with 406 pounds-feet of torque. This performance results in a 0 to 62 mph or 100 km/h time of 4 seconds flat, 1/10 faster than the standard M3. The car has a limited top speed of 155 mph. There are many other individual characteristics of this car that I'll feature throughout the video. At the rear, the quad exhaust tips of the M Performance exhaust have been given a blacked out aesthetic and feature a valve that opens up in sport mode. Let's see how it sounds, first in normal and then sport. The car comes with unique 20-inch front and rear, lightweight forged alloy wheels with the golden calipers hinting at the car's carbon ceramic disc. This M3 also comes with M adaptive suspension as standard, as well as revised dampers and springs that suit the higher performance. Now we've finished the model overview, let's start the exterior tour from front to back. There's a significant amount of gloss carbon fibre on the 30 Jahre as standard. This starts with the front splitter. Above this is a central vent for the car's intercooler, with smaller curved carbon planes on either side, underlining the cool air radiator intakes. Above are those distinctive BMW kidney design air intakes with M3 insignia to the left. Illumination comes from the adaptive xenon headlights with LED day running lights as standard. Just around the corner, in front of the front wheels, cameras can be found, in addition to parking sensors. This is all part of the parking pack, which I will display later. Above is the long, distinctive bonnet with its aggressive lines and central power dome. Moving backwards, we find the carbon fibre ridged roof that lowers the car's centre of gravity for a more balanced feel. This addition comes with a tricolour M-Power stripe on the right-hand side that runs from front to back. A dorsal fin antenna is at the rear. Moving down to the side, the most dominant stylistic feature is the aesthetic and dynamic line that runs from the top of the air vent at the rear of the front arches. The vent itself releases hot, high-pressure air from the front arches and has 30 Jahre edition insignia emblazoned on the carbon addition that extends outward. Moving inwards, we can see how deep the dynamic lines cut into the side of the car and the swollen rear arches. Above are the carbon fibre, electrically adjustable wing mirrors with integrated indicators and proximity sensors. Below are very subtle side skirts. The small lines on the simplistic door handles allude to the car's keyless entry system. Behind the doors and on the right-hand side is the petrol cap for the car's 60-litre fuel tank. Sitting atop the boot lid and part of the M Performance upgrades is a slim carbon spoiler that actually adds a lot to the car's aesthetic. Below is the rear BMW logo and reversing camera. On either side, the LED brake, reverse and indicator light complex wraps around the side for better visibility and a smoother aesthetic. On the bumper below we can see the parking sensor array, and to the side, more sweeping lines provide a more dynamic border for dual air vents for the rear arches. Now we've finished the exterior tour, it's time to move inside. The key is simplistic and unchanged. It features buttons to lock, unlock and open the boot. The door handle opens in the standard outward motion, but is accompanied by a small white LED that automatically turns on when the handle is opened and shuts off when the door is closed. The inside of this M3 is upholstered in full black and blue merino leather as standard, usually a very expensive option. There's also Alcantara, aluminium and carbon fibre inlays, which are also usually options. I'll start the in-depth portion of the interior tour with the doors. Upholstered in leather, it starts with a retracting lock knob and features rising stitching on the left side with the first Harman Kardon speaker. Below we find more leather with blue contrast stitching and the aluminium door release. The armrest is of the same configuration and has the electric window and mirror controls to the end, as well as the door handle and next speaker. Below is a plastic addition for storage. As we move further in, we find the sill and side skirt area. As this is based on a standard saloon, ingress and egress is a simple process. We also find more 30 Jahre insignia here. Moving inside, we first find the boot release cap. Next is a small access panel, exterior light controls, and the first air vent. Further in, we find the very racy Alcantara-clad steering wheel. It features a light blue 12 o'clock marker with carbon inserts and controls on the left for cruise control and M performance modes, central airbag, and media and telephony controls on the right with more carbon fibre, and finally the M performance logo at the bottom. The symbol to the right of the steering wheel nods towards the keyless go function. With a foot on the brake, only a quick depress of the engine start-stop button is needed, and we see the dash control start sequence. Ahead of the driver is information for, from left to right, fuel, speedo in miles per hour with a digital display below, and centrally for mileage, trip and range. The rev counter and engine temperature is on the right. Now the car is on, we can take a quick look at the adaptive headlights in action. Back inside we find the heads-up display that shows speed limit and current speed. Looking down at the dash we see the HUD projector as well as various vents. Moving down, there's more carbon fibre inlays in addition to the 8.8-inch display with BMW's iDrive system. Below on the central column, there's a control array that can be used to move between the different screens on this display. It is touch sensitive across the top, but it can be rotated, depressed to select an option, and tilted back and forth and side to side as well. There are also direct select controls in front and behind it. The first option screen is for the DAB digital radio. AUX and Bluetooth connectivity can also be found here. Then communication for calls, text, BMW assistance, and even emails. Navigation is next, where zoom and map movement can easily be controlled using the scroll pad and rotation. Next is Connected Drive, which is BMW's integrated online system for the concierge service, BMW assistance and general information from Wikipedia and a weather app. After this is the My Vehicle page, where the user can configure the car's M-Drive performance modes. Engine, steering, transmission and suspension can all be adjusted. The final screen is for notifications, where the owner will find service and other information. It is also possible to manually open the parking cameras, seen here. Below is the main carbon fibre inlay with two manually adjustable air vents below, with the hazard light button, internal lock control and temperature scroller. Under is the CD player with the volume knob, numbered presets and next track controls. Next are controls for dual zone climate control, ventilation and heated seats. Before the central storage areas, there's a single USB input. There's a small storage area underneath with a 12-volt socket. Further back, there are two cup holders concealed underneath this cover. Surrounded by more carbon, there's the same 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission as in the standard model. Manual shifting options are possible via the gear stick and paddles behind the wheel. The buttons to its right are for, from top to bottom, traction control, engine, suspension and steering modes, reversing camera and parking sensors. The middle 3 can be configured independently and have received further tweaking for the special edition model to bring them into line with the added power. To its left is a long gloss carbon panel with the iDrive controller built in along the central column. Behind and to its right is the leather upholstered handbrake. Furthest back is a larger storage area that is opened by raising a small latch on the underside of the lid. Inside there's a mobile device port and inputs for auxiliary and USB. Moving back up, we find the laser cut model designation. Below is the lockable illuminated glove compartment that actually offers quite a significant amount of storage space. This car has the electrically adjustable M Performance seats with cutaways. They have 30 Jahre embroidery on the headrest, illuminated M Performance badges, with the movement and memory controls found to the side. The seatbelts also come with M Performance tri-stripe. Now moving into the rear, it is much the same as the front, although the rear windows do come with sun visors. The same contrast stitching is found and dual speaker layout. The rear bench adopts the same styling as the front seats. It's firm but comfortable. There's no central armrest cup holder pull down between the two rear seats. Centrally, there's ventilation and a small storage area, and above there are manually adjustable LED reading lights. Sitting here with the driver's seat moved back quite considerably, there's still more than enough room. The car's length at over 4,300mm is definitely appreciated, as there is more than adequate space. Moving back outside to look at the exterior storage, we can use the key to unlatch the boot lid. It's easy to open and stands on 2 curved struts. All in, the boot here has a capacity of 480 litres, which is more than enough for all the daily chores we have to undertake. The rear seats can also be folded down for extra space. There's an extra space on the left side with netting, and another on the right with the first aid kit. Moving back inside before concluding the video, the sun visors with their illuminated vanity mirrors are easy to pull down. And the central set of reading lights comes with easily usable controls and an SOS beacon. Ahead is the auto-dimming rear view mirror, which provides good rearward visibility. So that concludes my in-depth tour of this 2016 BMW M3 30 Jahre Special Edition. That, at the time of publishing, is for sale with Uber GT. Please find all their contact details in the description of the video. Please subscribe for all the latest content, and until next time, thanks for watching.